Hello, everybody. This is Bernie Strom, and welcome to my YouTube channel for today's broadcast of the Masters Tournament Simulation. Action PC Golf is the program, and we're going to try something new today. And this is the first time I have broadcast golf on my channel. Usually it's baseball, every now and then a football game, basketball, or hockey on occasion, but never golf. And with the Masters coming up next week, it inspired me to use Action PC's Golf Top 90 All-Time Greats and play a Masters tournament around Augusta. So here we are, and let me load the program, and we'll get right to it. Okay. Let's go down to the tournament. The Masters at Augusta National. 2 rounds have been completed. Let's take a moment and go over the leaderboard so far. Sam Snead leads at 12 under par. He's going to be the last player to tee off today. He is going to be playing in a twosome with Nick Faldo, who's 1 stroke back. Payne Stewart and Nick Price playing together. They're the second to last. Excuse me, second to last grouping. Sorry about that cough. I'm at the end of a cold, and it keeps wanting to hang on. Anyway, Sam Snead's first, Nick Faldo's second, Payne Stewart third, Nick Price is fourth. Tony Jacklin, other famous names on the leaderboard, but they're further back, is Bobby Jones at 5 under, Byron Nelson at 4 under, as I keep working my way down, Hale Irwin and Greg Norman at 3 under, Walter Hagen also at 3 under. These guys are going to have good days to do a little catching up here. Let's take a look as we go down a little further. Some other famous names. There's Tom Weiskopf, Jack Nicklaus and Tom Weiskopf, along with a host of others at 2 under par. Tiger Woods, even par after 2 rounds. He's in a large group with Vijay Singh, Tom Watson. And let's go to the bottom of the list and see who's not doing well. There are players that didn't make the cut. There they are. And the first one that didn't make the cut are 2 of the famous names, or 3 of the most 4. Boy, listen, what a list. Johnny Miller, Arnold Palmer, Phil Mickelson, Ben Hogan. A lot of players didn't make the cut. Let me tell you how we're going to do this tournament. There are 3 areas of the screen you're going to have in front of you, and if you want to follow along, the leaderboard will be here. These are the holes the players will be on, and down on the bottom right are replays of great shots that we will see during the tournament. Today, the weather in Augusta National, in Augusta, Georgia, the wind's 13 miles an hour. The greens are very fast. And it's 81 degrees and partly cloudy. All right, what we do is we hit the play round button and we simulate until the first group, which is Jerry Travers, Barnes, and Hutchinson, get to the 15th hole. Once they hit at the 15th hole, we pause, we look over at the leaderboard, and if you're within 5 strokes of the lead, we will then follow along and watch them play each individual hole. That's how I do it, and it makes the broadcast go from 2 or 3 hours by watching everything to just watching the highlights. What gave me this idea was I started to play golf in the 1960s. That's a long time ago. When I started to play golf in the 1960s, the television shows that followed golf only lasted a couple of hours. And this is how they did it. They covered the 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th holes of the tournament. There was no coverage from hole 1 through hole 18. There was no tee to green coverage from Thursday to Sunday like there is today on TV. If you wanted to watch the PGA tournament, you were going to watch holes 15, 16, 17, and 18 on Saturday and Sunday. Lots of times on the Wide World of Sports, other times just on the network. So that's how we do it. Without any further ado, we're going to hit the play round button, and we're going to watch that first group, along with everybody else, play the round of golf until they get to the 15th hole. As you can see here on the left, these are the later tee times. Those guys aren't going to tee off for a while. Nobody is moving up the leaderboard. There's the first guy, Fred Couples, pops in. He is 3 under par. Nobody else is teed off yet. Once again, we'll pause this for a moment when we hit hole 15 and see where we stand. Nobody showed up with any replays also. There's a couple more. There, we got a replay. We'll pause this in a moment as Hutchinson, Barnes, and Travers will hit the 15th. Okay, here we go. We've paused it here for a second. So far on the leaderboards here, the highest up the leaderboards, Gene Littler at 4 under. Ernie Els at 4 under, and Jack Nicklaus is teeing off. Anybody else? No, a couple of guys down the bottom. Let's look at Tom Lehman's lob shot that he holed out. As soon as I can find my cursor, there it is. And here's the shot. There it goes. And that's how that board works. We will keep an eye on that. In the meantime, since there's nobody else teeing off yet, let's take a look at Jack Nicklaus, who's on the first hole here. Where'd you go, Jack? Here we go. There's Nicklaus. His scorecard through where he is right now. All right. Nobody else is up there, Gene Littler. But we're going to play. We're going to keep going until those Sam Snead, Faldo, and Stewart tee off, and then we have something to watch. Littler and Els moving up the leaderboard. And the first group is about to play 18 and finish the round. I'm hearing some shots here. Harold Hilton hold it out from 20 yards. Let's check that shot out. There it is. Okay. We have on the leading group that's currently playing Ernie Els, Littler, and Picard. So let's find them. There's Ernie Els. Let's watch Ernie Els play a little bit. Littler is on the 4th hole. And Picard is on the third hole. So let's watch these three while we await the leaders to tee off, and we'll show you how this works. Here's Henry Picard, and here's his tee shot. Fourth hole, par 3. He's to the right of the green. He hit that 3-iron 237 yards. He's now going to chip up. And that's a good shot. Within one putt distance to save his par. Here it is. He's going to miss it, though, as he pulls the putt to the left of the hole. He's going to have to tap that in. And he's going to drop a stroke as he bogeys that hole. The next golfer up would be Gene Littler here on the par 4 fifth. Hits that drive. It's going to just stay in the right side of the fairway on this 495-yard par 4 fifth. That ball carried about 300 yards. Here's his approach shot to the green. And he's gone. He's didn't quite make it up that hill. He's going to have a long uphill putt. "45-footer for Littler. Up the hill. Let's see how close he can bring this putt. He's good putt from down there. He's going to miss. He's a few feet away, but he'll have a chance to drop that in for his par. And he does. He remains 5 under par. The next golfer we'll see is Ernie Els on the par 3 sixth hole. He puts it on the back of the green. And he's got a long 42-foot putt. Part of this is downhill. Let's see it roll. And he misses to the right. Let's watch him tap that in for his par. And there you go. That's how this works. What we're going to do is going to shut those guys off for a moment now that I showed you how it worked. And we're going to start following the leaders once Snead and Faldo tee off. .1020's next. They've teed off. Now the 10:30 group. Gene Littler moving up the board. He's 6 strokes back. 10:40 group is next. Gene Littler now 7 under, tied with Payne Stewart for third place. .1050 group. The 11 o'clock group is next. And then we'll have the leaders tee off. And once the leaders tee off, we're off and running in the broadcast. There they are. Everybody's teed off. Let's see what we got going down on here. No long shots. I like to play the long ones. These are all short shots that have gone in the hole. We are going to watch Sam Snead, Nick Faldo, and Jack Nicklaus has made it all the way to third place. He's 5 strokes behind Snead. He is on the 15th hole. 16th hole now. Let's watch Jack Nicklaus too. Those are the three golfers we will follow. Nicklaus will be the first one we watch. Here's Jack on the par 3 16th hole. Puts it on the left side of the green. He's got a 37-foot putt for birdie. Up the hill's going to bend towards the hole. And that's a good putt. Got to tap that in for his par. Nicklaus remains 8 under. We now move right along. Next up is Nick Faldo. Faldo on the second hole, par 5, 575-yard hole, right down the middle. Sam Snead off the tee, and he's hit one down the middle. Sam Snead on his second shot here, that drive carried 315 yards. Snead with his approach on this par 5 is going to be just short of the trap. Here's Faldo's approach, headed for the green, and it just catches the corner of the trap. He's going to have a sand shot. Snead chips up. Faldo from the sand. Great shot for Faldo. Here's Snead's birdie attempt. Misses to the right of the hole. He's going to tap that in. Here's a birdie attempt for Faldo. And it's good. Faldo picks up a stroke. Faldo now tied with Sam Snead for the lead in the tournament. Jack Nicklaus, 8 under, is third. Let's continue. Jack Nicklaus is up on the 17th. '17th is a par 4, 440-yard hole, and he's in the fairway with a nice drive. .316 yards. 130 yards to the green. Here's his approach. And it's going to roll onto the green. Nice shot. He's got a 10-foot birdie attempt. And it's going to drop in. He picks up another stroke. Nicklaus now only 4 strokes back, but he's almost done with his third round. The other players have to play the rest of the round to see where they stand. There's a drive by Faldo. It's in the fairway. Par 4, third hole, 350 yards. Snead's drive. And that is a good drive also. That one went 340 yards. He's in the rough. Faldo, with his approach, is going to just roll on the green. He'll have a long birdie putt. Snead from the rough. See how close he can get it. It rolls off the back of the green. That was not a great effort. Faldo will be hitting first, however. He's further away, even though he's on the green. Nice approach. Snead's going to chip up. This is his birdie attempt, and we'll tap it in to save par. And Faldo with a short putt. Also pars the hole. As we take a look at the leaderboard, Faldo and Snead tied after 3. Nicklaus 9 under, 4 strokes back after 17. Let's get back to the round. We will see Nicklaus on the 18th, par 4, 465-yard hole. It's not a good shot. He hits a tree, and you could hear that one. Let's see if Nicklaus can get himself out of this mess. He did. Look at that shot. Now you know why he's one of the greatest golfers to ever live. Hits a tree and ends up that he could possibly save par with a good chip shot. Let's find out what happens. Chips it up. See how close he can get it. It's a good one. How close he can get it, almost put it in. He will have a short par putt. And he finishes the round. Jack Nicklaus finishes 18. He shot a 65 today. So far, that is the lowest round of the day. He is 4 strokes behind Faldo and Nicklaus. Let's go down to the replay, see if we've got anything to look at. Yeah, we do have a Dave Hill shot on the 9th hole. Let's check it out. Couldn't get any clear. It dropped in. I thought he might have stayed on the lip. Great shot by Dave Hill. Anything else there that's from a distance? Nope. The rest of them are short. Jim Ferrier hits a 9 on the same hole to within an inch. Rolls down the hill. There it is. Okay, those are those shots. Let's get back to the round. Nick Faldo on the par 3, 4th hole, puts it up top. Sam Snead. He also puts it slightly over the green, but he shouldn't have a problem here. Faldo's birdie attempt. Now Snead. Faldo with a par attempt, and that ball's in. Tap in by Snead. Okay, let's go continue. Let's check the leaderboard. Still 13 under through 4. Nicklaus finished with a 65. He's 4 strokes back. We're going to take the leaders to the 15th here in a moment as I check the clock, make sure we don't lose too much time. But in the meantime, we will add, who is this guy? He's Arnold Macy. I've never heard of him, but he's in the top 90 of all time. So let's add him. He's on the 9th hole. And we'll watch him. Anybody else we want to see? As I look down, we'll keep an eye on Bobby Jones for a minute. Anyway, here we go. Check Bobby Jones on the par 4 7th, puts it right down the center of the fairway. His approach shot to this par 4 is right in the middle of the green. Birdie attempt. Long putt is going to be short by a couple of feet. Taps it in for the par. We continue the round. We're going to see for the first time whoever Arnold Massey is. I can look him up, which I will if he does okay, but he hits a tree. He may be short-lived here. He hits another tree. Well, this is the only hole you're going to see him play because he's going to drop a couple of strokes here. He's in the fairway, however. And there's his third shot on the par 4, 10th hole. Chipping up. It's a good-looking chip, but it has a little too much oomph in it, as they say in golf. Here comes the putt for his bogey, right? And it's going to be a double bogey. So this is the one and only hole you're going to see Arnold Massey in my opinion, as he drops down the leaderboard. And Faldo and Snead still lead. They're on the 4th hole. We'll watch them a couple more holes, and then we're going to see who the leaders are, and we're going to show this from the 15th hole in. So let's watch a couple more holes before we speed it up. Nick Faldo on the par 4 5th. Sam Snead, same hole. Drive is to the right side of the fairway. It's going to just roll into the light rough. There's Snead's approach, and he pulls us slightly left, not quite on the green on the par 4. He's going to need a chip and a putt to save par. Faldo from the middle of the fairway is going to be in the same situation. Faldo's chip. Oh, and he puts it in for a birdie, takes the lead here in the Masters simulation. Can Snead duplicate that? Snead with a bad shot. That ball is 15 feet away now. He's got a problem. Here's his par putt. And it just slides by to the right. He's going to bogey. Faldo birdies. Snead bogeys. There's a 2-shot swing. Nick Faldo now in the lead. Whoever Leo Deagle is has just earned a shot on TV. Here he is. An older picture. I don't know who he is, but he puts it into the trees on the left side of the par 4 7th. His approach is going to be short. He had to hit it safe. And it's a good one. He's going to chip, but that is not a good one. He puts it over the green, mishit that ball. And his time on TV will be short-lived also. His 4th shot. Close enough to have a gimme for a bogey. He is 6 under, tied with Jones. Jones up next. He's on the par 5, 8th hole, 570 yards, pulls it into the woods as it bangs against the tree. It's a safe shot out into the fairway. Bobby Jones' third shot on this par 5. How close will he get? Well, didn't quite make it up the incline. He's going to have a tough putt for his birdie. "44 feet. And it's going to break. Let's see what happens. It's a gimme tap in for a par. He saved it even though he hit that tree. So we checked the leaderboard. Nicklaus finished with a 65. Tom Weiskopf down the leaderboard had a 70 today. Kerry Middleclough a 69. Anybody else moving up the board that's famous? Walter Hagen's 3 under. Byron Nelson 4 under. Lee Trevino 5 under. Payne Stewart's dropped to 5 under along with Nick Price. Ernie Els has joined the group at 6 under, 8 strokes back. What we're going to do at this point is we're going to get rid of all the players on the course. And we're going to advance it to the leaders get around the 15th hole, and then we're going to play it in. Here we go. Valdo's still 2 strokes up. Els finished with a 69. He's 6 under. Hale Irwin now 7 under. Okay, we're going to pause that right there. Let's go check the recent replays. And a bunch of people have holed out short balls, nothing really long that we've seen, so we'll skip that. Let's take the leaderboard. We're going to watch from the 15th hole in. So we got let's see who we have approaching. We got Hale Irwin we'll take a look at. Lee Trevino will watch. Byron Nelson will watch. Those guys are within shouting distance, even though they're not the leaders. Faldo and Sneed. Faldo has had a few bad holes apparently somewhere along the line. Let's check that out. Whoop. That's not what I want to see. I want to see his card. Well, we'll figure that out later. Scorecards. That's the ones that are done. Anyway, he's now 4 strokes back through 11. Nicklaus is finished. Let's watch Irwin, Trevino, and Nelson, and then we'll follow Faldo and Sneed in to the clubhouse, and round 3 will be done. Byron Nelson, par 5, 15th hole. .330-yard drive, 200 yards to the...
4.
He pulls that ball. Here's his third shot. That was Lee Trevino. Excuse me, shot number 2. Byron Nelson's second shot will be on the green, and he will have an eagle putt. Trevino's third shot, and that's going to be a beauty. Backspin will take it just to the front of the green. Nelson's eagle putt. A little too hard for Nelson, but he's still got a birdie attempt. Trevino's birdie attempt goes to the right of the hole. He's going to tap that in for a par. In a moment before that, here's a birdie attempt for Byron Nelson, and it drops. Trevino pars as we check the leaderboard. Sam Snead still out in front, 14 under. Irwin now 8 under. We continue to follow these players. Hale Irwin puts it in the fairway. Will he stay short of the trap? He does. No, it's going to just roll in. Out of the fairway bunker on the par 4 18th hole, puts it in another bunker. And that puts it in the hole. His birdie shot. Unbelievable. Hale Irwin now ties Jack Nicklaus. He finishes the round with a 66. He is 5 strokes behind Sam Snead. Sixteenth hole, par 3, 170 yards. Byron Nelson's on the green. Ball is going to roll. These are tough greens here at Augusta. Just rolls off. Lee Trevino. What a shot. This ball's going to roll also. Will it stay up there? Let's find out. It does. Byron Nelson has got a shot for a birdie. Here it is. Watch this putt. Should come down the hill. Toughest putt in golf. Look at that. What a shot. Great shot for Nelson. Couldn't have done much better from that spot. Trevino's birdie attempt just slips by the hole to the left, taps it in for the par. Nelson's par circles the hole, drops. Both players remain where they are. Byron Nelson's 7 under, 7 strokes back. Now they're on the 12th. We'll catch Faldo and Snead as they catch us. Time to take Hale Irwin off since he's done. And we'll follow Byron Nelson. Hey, Arnold, we'll put him back on. He's got a couple of holes to go. Here's the 18th, the par 4. He's going to pull it into the fairway bunker. After that disastrous hole we watched him earlier in the broadcast, we thought he was on his way out, but he's playing well. Oh, just didn't quite make it and rolls back down the hill. Quite a putt he's got for his birdie. 60 feet. Tough one left for his par. But he put it in and saved par. And his round is finished. With a 70, he is 6 under. These guys are a little too far back. So let's continue to follow Nelson and Trevino until we finish up with Snead and Faldo, and the broadcast will be done for round 3. 17th par 4, Byron Nelson's in trouble. Lee Trevino off the tee. He's right down the middle of the fairway. Let's see what Nelson can do to get out of the woods here. And it's a beauty. And he's just going to roll off the back of the green. Couldn't do much better than that to get out of trouble. Trevino's approach. Can he keep it on the green? No, he's in the trap. Trevino from the trap. His third shot is going to put it close enough to save par. Nelson chips up. And that's a good shot also. Both players going to tap these in. Both players par the 17th. Snead and Faldo on 13. Still 4-stroke lead. Byron Nelson and Trevino playing the 18th. And Nelson spent a lot of time in the woods the last couple of holes. Trevino, he's going to find the woods to the right. Let's see how these approach shots are going to work. Nelson on the par 4 18th gets out of trouble. With a chip and a putt, he can save par. And there is a shot to the left as Trevino gets out of his mess. Both players going to need a chip and a putt. 67 yards away for Trevino. Right over the hole. It's going to back up. He's going to have a shot to save par. Byron Nelson's approach. Eight-footer for Nelson. Like the pro he is, puts it in, saves his par. Trevino for par. He also saves his. They finished. They're done. Nelson is 69. 6 strokes back as Snead has bogeyed. And Trevino, 71. 7 strokes back. There's still a 4.4-stroke difference as Faldo's bogeyed along with Snead, and we're going to follow those guys in to finish the tournament. Here we go. We're going to watch the leaders. 15th hole, par 5. Snead in the fairway. Faldo's pulled it. He's going to be in a little bit of trouble. Let's see what happens. At the beginning of the broadcast, I knew I misspoke and told you what we were going to do. That's because it's been so long since I did a broadcast with golf, I've forgotten. But what you saw today is how we're going to finish tomorrow, the same type of broadcast. Right now, we're about 45 minutes into the broadcast. We got about 10 minutes to go. The object is to keep it under an hour, so to keep it interesting and watchable. So hopefully I succeeded. Faldo from the rough is going to have even more trouble as he puts it in that clump of trees. Snead with his approach here on the 15th is going to have a good one. Is it going to catch that and roll down? It is. Fairly tough putt, but at least it's flat. Let's find out how Faldo's going to get out of this mess. And he's hit it over the green. Faldo's going to lose a stroke or two here, depending on how this next one. And this is a tough shot. There is a possibility if he puts it over the green, that just rolls right in the water. And he knew it, and that's why he put it where it is. Snead with his birdie attempt. Eagle, excuse me. And there Snead drops in the eagle, and he increases his lead as Faldo needs this par putt desperately. It's going to pick up some steam. It's going to roll. Will it go in? Oh, just misses to the left of the cup. He's going to tap that in for a bogey. However, as we glance the leaderboard, Sam Snead 6 strokes ahead as Faldo drops to 8 under. He's 3 over for the day. Snead is 3 under for the day. As we come to the end of the tournament, it looks like Snead is going to have quite a lead going into the 4th round as we continue here in round number 3. 16th hole, Snead on the par 3. Beautiful shot. Faldo trying to make up some ground here. Safely on the greens. Both players putting for birds. Here's Faldo's putt. And he's going to pick up a stroke as that dropped into the middle of the hole for Faldo. He gets a stroke back. Snead with his birdie putt. He misses, and Faldo picks up a stroke on Snead. Much needed stroke here on hole number 16. Off to 17. Par 4, 440 yards. Faldo has the honor as a result of that birdie and puts it right down the middle of the fairway. Snead right behind him. That's on the left side of the fairway, and that ball has been hit 1.5 miles. That ball went 342 yards. Faldo's approach on 17. Trying to pick up another stroke. He hits a good one. He'll have a birdie attempt. Snead with a 137-yard pitching wedge. Plays it safe. And he's in the middle of the green. Sam Snead, 41-foot birdie attempt. And it's a good putt. He'll tap that in a moment for his par, but before that, Faldo's birdie attempt. It's looking good, and he just slides by the right. He'll tap that in for his par. So will Snead. We head to the 18th here at Augusta National. Snead 6 strokes ahead of Faldo. Faldo is tied, 3-way tie with Hale Irwin and Jack Nicklaus. Last hole of the day, last hole of this broadcast. Sam Snead going to have a little trouble, but he's in the fairway. He misses the trees. Nick Faldo sounds like a good one, and it's right down the middle. Will he stay up? He's going to stay on the fairway. Faldo's approach, trying to pick up another stroke, is going to find the sand on the par 4 18th. Snead hits a tree, and it looks like Faldo's going to pick up some strokes on this hole, depending on what Snead does to get out of this. He gets out of it, but he's still in big trouble. Going to lose a stroke or two on this one, too. So he's not going to have that big 6-stroke lead going into round 4. Let's find out as we finish the round. Not a good chip for Sam Snead. Faldo from the sand. He's got a par attempt here. Let's see what Snead's going to do. This is for his bogey. He's doesn't put this in. It's a double bogey. And Snead, what a player. He is a pro. Saved a bogey, if you could call it that. Did not play a good hole. Here's the par putt. And it's not going to go in for Faldo. And as it turns out, golf is a cool game. Faldo did not pick up any strokes. We're done with round 3. There it is. Snead, 14 under. Shot a 70 today. Hale Irwin and Nicklaus tied at 9 under, 5 strokes back. Nicklaus with a 65. Irwin with a 66. And Nick Faldo, 8 strokes back. He had a 75. Not a good round. I want to thank everybody for stopping by. This broadcast is under an hour, so we've gotten where we're supposed to. Let's hit the play round button for a second. Hit the finish round button for a second. We'll advance to the next round. This is what it's going to look like when we tee off tomorrow. Snead and Irwin in the last group. Nicklaus and Faldo in the group, and then followed by Nelson and Els. Tomorrow we'll do it a tiny bit differently. We'll try to keep those leaders on the screen most of the time. I want to thank everybody that came in here and watched the tournament. We will be playing round 4 at noontime on Sunday. That's tomorrow, as you can see on the screen. Sunday, April 5th at noon. I want to thank everybody for coming in, and we will be back tomorrow with round 4 of the Masters. I will be posting all the scorecards and the results on my Facebook page if you want to follow it there, and we'll see you tomorrow at noon. Have a nice Saturday, everybody.